The views and comments expressed on the following radio program by its hosts and their guests do not necessarily reflect the views of rmconair.com or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
I'm a pit bull, and I approve this message.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You guys are back with us at Conversations with a Pit Bull Live. I am Daniel Mason, and today I have a wonderful co-host. No, Foster didn't get a makeover and turn beautiful overnight. He didn't click his heels together and jump inside a pumpkin or whatever. But his wonderful daughter, Courtney, is coming in to fill in with him because Foster's out there helping some wonderful filmmaker try to get his degree by producing a film. So he said, hey, I'm not going to leave you out there hanging, and he brought Courtney with us. Hey, Courtney, how you doing?
Hi, it's nice to be here. I'm so happy to be a part of the show.
Yeah, so, we're going to bring you guys an awesome show, and like, when they were like, hey, man, I'm not going to be able to make it this weekend, I was like, uh-oh, you're going to leave me out there stranded? And then, then, of course, our friend and producer, Rita, chimed in. He said, I'm not going to leave you out there hanging or whatever. I'll come to the rescue. And she searched far and wide for the most wonderful studio guest that we could ask for. And so we've got Miss Landa Coldiron. She's here with her dog, Glory. Glory is a search dog. What's up, Landa?
Hi, Landa Coldiron here.
Coldiron, I'm sorry.
Okay, with Glory, my 5-year-old bloodhound.
Yeah, so you see those segues, I got the name wrong, so, that's why I don't have an agent yet, but Landa's come from a long way just to come hang out with us and stuff like that. If you can see in the background there of her picture, she's got a poster. Tell us really quickly about the dog on this poster for us, Landa.
Yes, this is a lost dog that we are searching for with the bloodhounds tomorrow. Her name's Polly, and she's a miniature long-haired dachshund. She's been missing 4 days today out of the Pico, Robertson, Beverlywood area. And there is a $1,000 reward for her. And this is the phone number at the bottom if you have any information whatsoever. And her owners were actually Iraqi war veterans for 8 years, and they were in the Navy, and they flew off of the ship, the USS Theodore. So it really takes a village to help find a lost pet. The search dogs are only one tool out of many. So we are hoping for maybe that some leads will come in today because she is within a couple miles of this area where she went missing. Well,
that's awesome. I mean, like I said, the lost dog problem is one of the reasons why we have Landa here to kind of educate you guys on that. Each week we try to shed some light a little bit on unfortunately, some of the pets that have passed away, and there's so many awesome, wonderful dogs and cats and donkeys and pets that mean so much. They're part of people's families, and we want to let people know that we care. We've got fans all over the world, from Australia, London, Africa, Germany. Hey, everybody. And we want you to know that we do care. So we wanted to take a little bit of time to show you a couple of the pets that part of our worldwide family that unfortunately passed away. Courtney, who's the first dog that unfortunately passed away?
The first dog we have is Oscar from Natalie's Second Chance.
Oscar was you know, I mean, just look at the face or whatever. That says it right there. If I
Super
could,
cute, lovable dog.
you know, if I one day when I make my transition, I hope that I look that good on a bed of a bed of leaves. But you know, Oscar, to your parents over at Natalie's, we want to send our love and let you know that we're thinking about you. We know how hard it is to lose a dog. That was actually one of our partner Rita's favorites as well. So, you know, the second dog that unfortunately passed away, and this one really, really broke our heart, was Rosie. Rosie came in with our good friend Cinnamon, and anybody that you know, knows Rosie and you know, loves whipped cream, just, you know, your heart's got to go out. And Rosie unfortunately made her transition, and she was such an inspiration to so many people, not only in the dog community but just people in general who are struggling with things. And she just managed to push through so many hardships and whatnot, and it's really inspirational. So Cinnamon, you know, we want you and your family to know that we're thinking about you. Thank you so much for sharing Rosie with us on our show, and hopefully, you know, the little bit of time that she did spend here with us, you know, was able to touch people out there, you know, in the world. So much love to Rosie. Next we have Charlie of TMR Rescue. No, you're not seeing. If you go ahead and switch that for me, Ryan, to Charlie. No, that's not a crazy looking dog. You know, Conversation with a Pit Bull is all about like all animals. You know, we don't just focus on dogs specifically, and unfortunately Charlie passed away, and we wanted to send the family down there at TMR Rescue our love. And last but not least, speaking of funny pictures, who do we got, Courtney?
We have Biggie Smalls, the rapping dog.
Yeah.
And this is from the Rescue Rappin Biggie Smalls Foundation. And you can see that picture just says it all right there.
Oh, man. I mean, if you go on this dude's Facebook, it's hilarious. He's got so many pictures with hoodies and stuff like that. You know, just look at those dogs and you'd be like, and the non-dogs, and just say, you know what, these animals have such a capacity to make us happy. And,
right.
You know, to everybody that's lost their dog, I want you to know that there are people out there that are sending their love and prayers out to you. So that was it for, you know, like the animals that have passed away. You know, now, as Foster likes to say, let's get on with the show and have some fun or whatever.
Yes.
We're going to come back with Landa and in a second, but right now we're going to go pay some bills from our sponsors, Conversations with a Pit Bull. You guys stay tuned. You're watching Conversations with a Pit Bull Live.
You're watching Conversations with a Pit Bull Live, a show about dogs, the people that love them, and real issues. Brought to you by Pit Bull Energy Drink. Available in a wide variety of flavors, guaranteed no aftertaste. CWAPB Live will be right back after this dog fact of the day.
Dogs are about as smart as a 2 or 3 year old child. This means they can understand. Please support your local rescue groups. They do more to support your community than any others.
Hey guys, we're back. Sorry about that static. But anyway, we have in studio with us Landa Coldiron, and she's got a wonderful dog, Glory, with us. Check out Glory over there sitting up with the that looks like a happy dog. Do me a favor, Kathy, we know you're trying to chime in. Please, you know, just wait on the Skype. We'll call you when we're ready to bring you in. But Landa, tell us a little bit about your organization and how you got started.
Well, it's not an organization. It's just me and my search dogs and lostpetdetection.com, and I'm in the Southern California area, but I work all over California, and I have 3 search dogs that I use to help locate lost pets in some cases. Not all cases require a search dog. The search dogs are one tool out of many that you can utilize to locate a lost pet. And the way I got started was about 9 years ago. I was watching TV and I saw my mentor, Kat Albrecht of missingpetpartnership.org, and she was using her search dog, her bloodhound, to help locate lost pets, and I knew right away that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life. And from that day forward, that is all I have focused on, all I have done. I have trained about 10 search dogs for myself and other people, and helped train several more. and it's very rewarding. We have found a lot of pets.
How does tell us a little bit about the lost pet problem, because a lot of us, they're more familiar with just rescues and the shelters. We know that there are a lot of abandoned dogs and a lot of dogs that need help in that area. But what about the lost pet problem? Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the lost pet problem is definitely a problem. I don't know if people realize this or not, but the statistics show that 10 million pets go missing each year in the United States. Wow. That is 1 in 3. It's an epidemic. I really feel that if people were made more aware of this issue, that they would take measures to really hold on to their pets more. I have GPS unit on my dog. You can see right here. I also have it on my cats. It's light as a feather. It's called the Tag GPS unit. Right. It's under $100, and then it's a very small fee per month, 95 cents per month. I also recommend on cats and dogs having the bright neon embroidered collars that you can see at a distance. I recommend also having 2 collars with another set of ID tags and the license on. Most people that call me, believe it or not, I'd say 8 out of 10 people that call me that have lost their pet, cats and dogs, do not have ID or microchip on their pets. And again, the statistics are showing about 17% of dogs are returned and about 5 or 8% cats are returned. So that causes an overflow in the shelters and the rescues, right, because, the first thing they do is check for a microchip, and the pet isn't chipped, and then they're in the system. They're in the shelters. They go up for euthanasia. The rescues, as you know, are overflowing. Yeah. It's a real problem.
Lost pets. Luckily, there are people out there like Landa that come to the rescue, right?
Right.
Have you ever lost a pet?
We've actually lost our dogs a few times.
Really?
They're escape artists, they are.
How many dogs do you guys have?
We have 4 at our house, yeah.
And you said there's it's almost like one is assigned to each member of the family and stuff?
Yes, each person has their own dog. So we love our dogs, and when they go missing, we actually freak out. We have them microchipped.
Okay, good. That's good. I mean, that's essential,
Yeah,
a lot of these rescues, they when you go to these adoption fairs and stuff, now some of them even like microchip the dogs for you and stuff, which is excellent,
It really is. What is actually the process if someone does lose their dog of contacting you and getting started trying to find their dog if it's not microchipped?
Well, you can call me or email me. I have a lot of calls. Unfortunately, I can't return every call. I have so many. It's best to email me. I can answer every email. And I analyze your case. It depends on what type of dog has gone missing or cat, and what area you're in, how long the pet's been missing. I look at a lot of different statistics to see if I can help you or not, to see if I think the search dogs can help you. If I don't think the search dogs can be of help, I do offer personalized phone consultations, which are very aggressive, I highly always recommend a phone consultation.
Okay.
Now, how does it, because, I know, people out there in the world, they may be like, well, are you like a psychic, or how do you, you know what I mean? Why would they even think that a dog or could help them find their lost animal as opposed to a person necessarily? What is it that's unique and actually makes you and Glory such a wonderful, powerful team?
Okay. Well, that is a good question. Again, the search dogs are one technique out of many. The search dogs use scent. They're basically hunting dogs. They're scent-based detection tools. They take the scent of a dog or a cat. Scent is more individual than a fingerprint. It does not blend in with other scent, and they're trained to follow that scent specifically of the lost dog or cat. They give a direction of travel, which is very helpful. It can lead to evidence, such as if there were predator involvement. It can lead to eyewitnesses, like, oh, I saw that dog, or I saw that cat, and it will target a search area. The search dogs can target a search area in which to deploy techniques, expanding out from there.
Now, you guys don't need a better sales pitch than that. The dogs got enhanced hearing and smelling, and they just know how to dial in. And when they've got a professional like Landa getting them into the mix, I mean, I thankfully, I haven't lost my pets anytime soon, but if I did, I'm definitely going to call you. And we're going to be back with Landa in a second. And Glory, man, that dog is cute. She's beautiful.
Love her.
Reminds me of That's a bloodhound?
A bloodhound.
Man, that's like I want to be like Roscoe P. Coltrane and just roll out with some of these bloodhounds and stuff. But anyway, we're gonna check in with our buddy Fred Cray, who joins us each week from Pitbull to Pitbullton Legal News. Fred chimes in with us to give you guys an idea of what's going on in the dog community and some of the things that we need to be aware of. Fred, are you out there? Let's see, Fred. Let's see if he gets his mic on. Can you hear us?
Okay, you're a good girl.
Hold on. We're trying to get Fred's microphone straightened out. We got his video, but we don't have his microphone. You know what? Let's come back to Fred once we get his mic straightened out. Ryan, do you have that? Could you cue up the first video for us so we can roll to that? So tell us a little bit about. You said you just got engaged. Is that right? Or you got your fiance? I heard the word fiance like floating around there, Courtney. We're gonna get into some of her personal business since she is the co-host. You know what I mean?
I was engaged about a year ago. We're getting married this December, Saturday after Christmas. So.
That's right. No wonder Foster's out there working so hard to get his money up. You know, Courtney needs some new shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Need a wedding dress.
That's hey, I'm engaged too. I'm getting married in January or whatever. So congrats to all the parents. Our partner Rita, her son just got married as well, like a couple weeks ago. So everybody's out there taking that big step or whatever, and hopefully they'll keep the family dogs in their life and keep things rolling or whatever. Let's try again one more time with Fred. Fred, are you there?
I'm here.
Yay! That's our buddy Ryan behind the wheels of steel. Well, you guys haven't seen his face yet. He's kind of like Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget or whatever. He's got this chair and you just see his arm sticking out. But I don't know I don't know if he's engaged or whatever. But ladies, I'm gonna tell you, you know, it's a good-looking gentleman or whatever. So maybe we'll have a raffle or something like that and get you guys some, send the money out to some adoption, events or something like that. Fred, what's up, buddy?
Well, what's up is I heard you've been nominated for Man of the Year. That's number one.
Hey, man, I should have brought the little trophy or whatever. I did get honored by the Urban League the other day as they have a Men of Honor celebration, and it's for people that have done work in the community, just recognizing their work. So we rarely get a chance to come up for air, but when we do, I said, you know what? My business will be 15 years old in March, and I've been, I've helped a lot of kids get through school and helped a lot of businesses and also done some fun stuff. But I think nothing's more fun than when I get here in the lab and I get to talk to Fred. Fred, what's up, buddy?
Well, I also think that Foster is the most beautiful he's ever looked since we've had
Yeah, man, dude. You know what I mean? I'm gonna send some of this magic dust that we do. Like, I'm gonna work on myself in a second, buddy. But tell us what's going on in the world of legal news.
The news this week was, to me, really, really interesting. I went to an event called the No More Homeless Pets Conference.
Yeah, how was that?
And it was run by Best Friends. And Best Friends basically did what the politicians do. They took arguments that people make on advocating about pit bulls and had people off the street sit down, listen to them, and dial what they felt, about whether it was a positive or negative reaction to each argument. Because when you go in front of a city council or whatever, you got 3-4 minutes, you got to make good points, and you got to make points that resonate with the general public, not just the choir that we're in.
Right.
And they spent a lot of money on this, and you've probably seen it on TV when, Obama or, somebody else is talking and they have a graph that goes across in real time as the person's talking, and it goes up when it's a positive reaction and down. So what did we find out about advocating for pit bulls? The first thing was that the best way to describe a pit bull type dog is to use the word pit bull terrier. Because the word terrier modifies the word pit bull, which everybody is afraid of, and makes people think a little bit about the little terrier dogs that are cute. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's going to agree with this data. I'm not saying that everybody's going to change their life over. I'm just being the communicator of what the Lund research group found. And if you want to hear the full everything, the actual presentation, we're going to have it on my radio show this Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. But I want to just go down a few of the things that you will be surprised don't work. When you talk about the sympathy for the dog because it's going to be taken out of its home and it hasn't done anything wrong, just because it's a pit bull, it doesn't matter to them. Public safety will always trump animal rights and animal safety. So that argument does not persuade anybody. Dog discrimination doesn't persuade anybody. The history of dogs being discriminated against. 30 years ago it was a German Shepherd, then the Doberman Pinscher, and now the pit bull. Not persuasive. Showing Petey as a pit bull, the guy from our gang, not persuasive because it's too old. The people who are involved in this weren't watching our gang. You should never say as a matter of principle about anything. Principles really don't matter. So after I say all this, you're probably wondering, well, what does work? And I'm going to just talk about that for a few minutes. What does work is what I would say sort of the NRA's, the way they sell gun rights. What works is saying public safety for everyone is what this issue is about. And we want protection from all dogs, not just a particular breed of dog. Right. We want to be protected from reckless owners is the proper word to use, not irresponsible sounds less bad than reckless.
Yeah.
If I'm an American and I follow all the rules to keep my dog safe, I should have the right to have any dog I want.
Absolutely.
This works.
Fred, let me ask you one thing.
Our goal is safety first and foremost, and the most effective and thorough way possible, because safe communities benefit everyone. Now, Danny, you remember I sent you that shirt and it has that message on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is an effective message.
Fred, let me ask you something really quickly.
In terms of how to keep
Fred,
how to enforce these things, all reckless owners should be held accountable with no exceptions. So I think all of this is very important. They want to talk about how do you promote pit bulls. You don't say, ban the breed, not the deed, because the way to present it is to say pit bulls are intelligent, loving dogs. Pit bulls have one of the top temperaments as tested by the American Temperance Society, greater than golden retrievers. Pit bulls are service dogs, war dogs, and emotional support dogs. So I hope that this brief little sort of primer on what I heard, I'm sure there are people I have argued with people already about what the findings are and whether they believe them and whether it's a good thing. But this is what they paid a focus group to do. We saw the actual video with the graph on it while the different arguments were being made. So, I say if we don't have any other data, we should go with what the people tell us is the best way to do it.
Right. No, I mean, that's excellent. That's excellent information.
Saying, if I have a gun and I follow all the rules, I should have right to own a gun, has resonated with that group, been effective in Congress. I'm not an NRA guy, but I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being an NRA guy. But that strategy has seemed to be successful. What do you think, Danny?
Well, I mean, that's one of the interesting things you're talking about, because a lot of people in my family are attorneys, and a lot of times, even when you're like smart and especially when you're passionate, like sometimes you're not able to like articulate something that's right. And a lot of times you say, well, my attorneys, they're trained in how to like get to the end result or the correct argument or the end argument in a way that seems to resonate with people. And it seems like this focus group is kind of like in some way was doing that as well. I'm trying to think of like besides the type of education that you're doing and what we're doing, the average person, I think, trying to get some of those skills on how to do this is where we're going. And that information, I think, is really critical. But having a lot of times, I know it can be frustrating with people that are like, when you see some of these animals, they're just such beautiful animals, or they may have an impressive skill, or they may be something more than just a piece of meat. And when somebody says, hey, you know what? The history of that animal, its specialities, like all that stuff doesn't matter. It has a tendency to make you less articulate and really like fired up. I'm just trying to figure out like what.
Trying to wrap your head around.
Yeah, because even somebody that has the right the right words, like if a like if a cop or somebody pulls you over and they're just on a mission to be to subdue you or whatever, even if you're in the right, like sometimes it's hard for a normal, regular, rational person to just shuck off some of our normal human tendencies. So besides those words, what would you suggest are like some of the more what directions do you think certain people should take when they're confronted with that idiocy?
Here's what I actually asked the lady who ran this group several more questions after it was over. And again, if you want to see the full presentation with a PowerPoint, my show 8 o'clock on Blog Talk Radio on Tuesday night. And I'm not here to plug that. I just feel
plug away, because I'm gonna be listening to that.
Yeah, this is a particularly interesting show. This research has never been done before. But one of the things I asked, because I've been in this situation where you're going to a council meeting and someone who's just had their son get bit very bad by a pit bull is up there saying, this is a terrible injury. My son will never be the same. I don't want this to happen to somebody else. How do you deal with that? And basically what she said was that you have to say, we really appreciate your loss and we really feel the need that, yes, we do need to be protected from this, but not just from this breed. If a German Shepherd had done this and you had a breed ban, we'd be in the same place. Right. But to more directly answer your question, you cannot win these debates with emotion.
Yeah.
The pit bull people who have been injured have the emotion on their side, and your job is to say, okay, I appreciate your emotion, but we have to make policy on science, objectivity, and not on a particular case. And I was talking to somebody yesterday. This is why we have the criminal justice system. If every person who got hurt or murdered or whatever it is had the right to make a decision about the prosecution and conviction of a person, they would always be the most extreme. And the fact that you have a criminal justice system that steps back and says, okay, maybe there are reasons to make this sentence less. We don't kill everybody. That's what the criminal justice stands for, is that buffer between human emotion and revenge and all that, and what's fair and objective for good policy. You follow what I'm saying?
I follow exactly what you're saying. And Fred, thank you so much. This is like, I'm definitely tuning in on Tuesday. I mean, I'm always tuning in, you know what I mean? But I'm going to definitely tune in on Tuesday because this is stuff that resonates with me. And everybody, that's Fred Cray with Pit Bulletin Legal News. Fred, tell them when they can hear your show again.
It's on Blog Talk Radio. It's Pit Bulletin Legal News Radio. It's at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find it on Blog Talk Radio. If you Google it, you can find it. And if you go to our Facebook page, it'll be promoted. There's no way you can't find it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again, Fred, for enlightening us with that wonderful information. We're going to go pay some bills really quickly with our sponsors, Pitbull Energy Drink, and we'll be right back with our friend Kathy. All right, take care.
Watching Conversations with a Pitbull Live, a show about dogs, the people that love them, and real issues. Brought to you by Pitbull Energy Drink. Available in a wide variety of flavors, guaranteed no aftertaste. CWAPB Live will be right back after this dog fact of the day.
The best dog to reportedly attract a date is a golden retriever. The worst is a pit bull. Please support your local rescue groups. They do more to support your community than any others.
Hey everybody, we're back. That was our buddy Fred Cray that always chimes in with us and lets you guys know, man, that's such like, it's very tough when you deal with these issues not to get emotional, you know, and I just know the frustration of even smart people when you're trying to address what seems to be just obvious idiocy. Like when somebody says, oh, that doesn't, like animal rights, that doesn't matter. Like, what do you think about that, Landa, like when you hear what Fred was talking about?
Unfortunately, my headphones aren't working. I couldn't hear.
Oh.
But I have a lot to say about animal rights. I believe that they have as many rights as people should. That's how I feel about it. I know when people lose their pet, when their pet goes missing, a lot of them have described it as the death of a child.
Right.
There has been some new Supreme Court rulings. I don't have the Supreme Court ruling right now, but I'm sure you could find it online, where the Supreme Court is ruling more that pets are not just property. And I know there's also been research done by scientists. They have had pets' brain scans in an MRI, and it's showing that they think and they react a lot like people do. That's also online. It's some new research that's been done. So hopefully a lot of the rights will, be changing for the animals. I'm really hopeful for that.
I agree. I mean, it's getting some of the information, from people like Fred, and just kind of giving us some actual tangible tools is. Sometimes it's good to know some of the things that you should say or whatever.
I agree.
Because you do get kind of fired up with these things. Somebody mess with your dog, or
saying your dog is evil.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. I mean, people that have been disenfranchised, man, it just sets us off. But anyway, we've got our good friend Kathy joining us. She's out in Chicago, and she deals with French bulldogs. We love all the bully breeds here. We love all animals, but bully breeds are awesome. We ran into Kathy out at the Puppy Mill March for International Puppy Mill Awareness Day. Our good friends at Pitbull Energy Drink sent me and Foster out there, and we got a chance to meet a couple wonderful people, and she was one of them. Let's check in with Kathy. Kathy, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm wonderful. How are things out there? Wow, look at that cute. Ah! Who is that? Who you got with you?
This is Neo.
Yay! And I see somebody laying down in the back playing the background. Who is that?
I have one golden retriever here. Her name is Tara, and I still have 3 more French bulldogs running around somewhere in here.
That's right. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do over there with the French Bulldog Rescue.
We're Chicago French Bulldog Rescue, and we started in January of 2008, and to date we've rescued, probably a little over 200 French bulldogs.
Wow.
We've gotten them from owner surrenders, puppy mill rescues, from shelters, just from different places, and we've adopted them out and to wonderful, wonderful homes. We have a great team of volunteers. In my opinion, the best of the best. I mean, they have always stepped up for us and done a wonderful job.
How'd you get into the rescue, the rescue world? What inspired you, or what got you started?
I had fallen in love with these dogs, and of all places, Paris. I had never heard of a French bulldog before, seen one. My husband and I took a trip there, and I saw this dog, and it looked like a little pig and sounded like a little pig, and I just had to have one. So when we got home, I looked into it and ended up getting one and joining Chicago French Bulldog Meetup Group, where I met Mary Shefke, who is now our president of our French Bulldog Rescue. Her and I started it together, and Mary got me involved working for another rescue, and we kind of put our heads together and thought, some of the things that they did we really didn't want, and we just wanted to start our own group, so we did, and we took off from there.
That's wonderful. So what are you guys up to now? I see you got one of your buddies, and you guys are obviously out there. We saw you at the Puppy Mill March, but what are you guys doing on a regular basis? What's current with you guys? What are you up to? Who are you working with now in terms of dogs?
We just did a rescue a couple weeks ago, Puppy Mill Rescue. There were 17 French Bulldogs there, and we were able to save 14.
Wow, yeah.
It was very heartbreaking, but we got out, as many as we could, 5 of which were puppies, 3 months old. And we ended up, we had 38 volunteers that were waiting for us when we got home.
Wow.
To help bathe and, cut nails and love on the dogs. And they all went into wonderful foster homes waiting for adoption now. And we have a fundraiser actually this evening. It's going to be at Gambler's Bar. It's on, actually I can give you the exact address. It is at 4908 North Pulaski in Chicago. It starts at 7 o'clock tonight. And all proceeds to that, it's $5 at the door, and that's to help for the vetting bills. We got dogs that have to have nair surgery, all need to be spayed or neutered, palate surgeries, hernias.
Wow.
These a lot of dogs to come in really bad shape. So, you know, every penny counts, and you know, no donation is too small.
That's absolutely the truth, you know. And if you see people like Kathy out there doing this selfless, just work that's helping so many dogs and people for that matter. Sometimes we forget about the beauty that having a rescued dog brings into people's lives, right? You guys rescued one of your dogs, your dog, right?
Right. Our dog Carly we rescued through Boxer Rescue LA.
Yeah.
And they just have so many dogs, and so it's really a great thing that these rescue organizations do.
Oh man, it's just awesome, and it was just fun to see the. There's something about French bulldogs with those ears and those faces that just you know, they warm your heart just instantly. We were playing a couple pictures that we pulled off of your Facebook and stuff like that. But anyway, everybody, that's our friend Kathy. Kathy, let them know how they can get in contact with you guys at the Chicago French Bulldog Rescue.
Well, you can go to our website. It's at www.frenchiepourvou.org.
Okay.
And French, it's Frenchie for you. So
right.
You go there, and if you would like to donate, there's a donate button there. And I always promote, please don't shop, adopt from either a rescue, a shelter. I love French Bulldogs, but I love all dogs. So, I mean, and there, if you want a specific dog, there is a breed rescue out there for you. Whether it's German Shepherd, Golden Retriever, Fox Terrier, there's a rescue out there. So, and these dogs, it's like they know that you rescued them because they are the most loving, warmest dogs I've ever met in my life.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for tuning in with us, Kathy. We're definitely going to have you back on the show in the near future. We love you guys out there in Chicago. I was born in Champaign, so I think Foster's from out there as well.
Yes.
So there's a lot of ties, and we had a great amount of fun while we were there. Thank you so much to the Pitbull Energy Drink for sending us out there. So we'll catch back up with you soon. Say hello to the rest of the other French Bulldogs that are running around in the house, and we'll talk to you again soon, Kathy. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Right. Thank you very much.
Hey, isn't that cool? I love that. I love to see people sitting there with their dogs. We got Landa over here with her dog Glory, and you know, I'm about to bring my American Bulldogs in here sometime, but they're a little bit crazy and stuff. They're not as well trained as these amazing pups. Well, we're gonna go take a break really quickly, and we're gonna check out this video. This speaks kind of like to our heart with what Fred was talking about when people say these dogs, they don't necessarily matter or whatever. We went out to Indiana and we met up with Piper, the therapy dog, and this pit bull is one of those pit bulls that really exemplifies what these dogs are actually about. So let's go check out this video and we'll be right back.
I'm Laura. I am the mother of Piper, my pit bull, who is also a certified therapy dog. I have been in the canine business for probably 15 years, 20 years. Love the pit bull breed. I've loved the pit bull since Petey. So when I got Piper, I thought that maybe the first thing that I should do with her is start preparing her and socializing her to do therapy work. Therapy dog certification is completely different than a service dog certification. A therapy dog basically is a dog that can assist humans in hospitals and nursing homes, anywhere where there is some happiness needed. When I did the therapy training for Piper, for the first year and a half I did it myself. I knew it needed to be done as far as what was expected of her as a therapy dog and what she would need to do to be able to go into different environments and be acclimated to wheelchairs, to elevators, to shiny floors, to crowds of people, to loud noises, to be able to focus on me and watch me and not go in and, you know, not jump on people, not jump on a bed if we're at a hospital, not put her feet on the elderly if they're in wheelchairs. Piper really does it all. She walks in and she's happy and smiling and can't wait to see the people, and they fall in love with her very quickly. There are hospitals in my area and my surrounding area that we go to. We visit a pediatric unit. We also go to schools, and we do an education program to help educate the younger group of children, the younger aged children, and teaching them dog responsibilities. We are trying to show people and be an example of what a pit bull dog truly is in a household. She has changed my life. She has educated me with a lot of things. Just having her in my life and being with her on a regular basis, she's a clown. She loves people, she loves kids, she loves to go places, she loves to travel. She does love everything and everybody. She's changed minds. She has changed minds of many, many people. And it's an amazing thing. It really is. I truly believe that pit bulls are by nature therapy dogs. They are by nature nanny dogs. They love kids, they love people. If you socialize them, they love all animals. I think for her to be out in the open and being involved in the different places that we go with therapy, I think she's opening the eyes of people that didn't believe that this is the kind of dog it is. Hey, I'm Laura, and this is Piper, my therapy dog. If you want more information on Piper, you want to see what she does, you can certainly hit us up on Facebook. Her Facebook page, she has her own, is Piper's Page of Life, so please stop by, visit it. You'll see all her friends, and it'll tell you a lot about her.
Hey, that was Piper the therapy dog, and our good friend Lori out there. She's got another dog in her house that's not doing too well, but there you have it. I mean, that pit bull right there goes into hospitals, elderly homes, goes into schools, and they're really helping people that have special needs that really need, I mean, honestly, the love that and the skill set that only a dog can give. Sometimes even humans in our capacity can't.
Right.
We can't do what these dogs do. Just like Glory over there can smell with enhanced skills and find things and has a sense about her. I mean, Piper, that pit bull right there, it's helped so many people, and we just wanted to show you that clip. That was me and Foster went out there to Indiana. Have you ever met any like really cool dogs, like cats, like dogs that have like a really cool skill, like?
Well, my dad's dog Grip is pretty amazing. There's actually a storm in Covina a couple years back, and all of our gates flung open, all the dogs left, and Grip was just sitting there because my dad didn't say go. So
wow, that's awesome. Like dogs, I mean, if you train them right, man, I mean, I can't imagine a better companion. But we're gonna try to find our friend Shana, who's out there. Shana's wonderful. It's another person that Rita hooked us up with. She's out in the Mobile area in Alabama. We love to say that Conversation with a Pit Bull is a worldwide show, but we love our down home, people down south that are really putting it in. Our good friend Paula's out there in Missouri, but Shana's out there in Alabama, and she's got one of the few rescues that deals with pit bulls, and I know that's some of these areas, I mean, there's just nobody really advocating or putting in the groundwork for pit bulls specifically. And, our show, we love all dogs, but pit bulls have a special place with us. So we're going to check in with Shana. Shana, are you there?
I am here. Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, man, we're doing wonderful. How's everything down there?
Everything's great. We're down here right on the Gulf of Mexico, so it's still hot and beautiful.
Yeah, that's right. Tell us a little bit about your organization. What do you guys do? How'd you get started?
Okay, great. I'm so glad that you asked, and I really appreciate the opportunity to be on. Our rescue is really small, but we attempt to do really big things, and I think we're pretty successful in that. We started in 2011, although I've been rescuing my entire life just on my own. But my husband, and he was my fiance at the time, he lived in an area in Gulf Shores, and his dog was in his yard, and she had an underground fence, and so she couldn't leave the yard. And we were actually buying my wedding gown at the time, and we got a phone call that someone had just hit her, had come into our driveway to run her over. And we, of course, rushed home and got there, and she was desperately needing to go to the vet. We sent her to the vet, and the vet ended up having to put her down that night because she was so injured. Her name was Rivers, and I found out who it was that hit her just by, asking around people in the community. And I actually got in touch with the man who hit her, who ran her over, and wasn't looking for anything, just wanted him to know that he had hit our dog, and wanted him to understand how irresponsible that was for not alerting us and letting us know. And he told me that he intended to hit her. He meant to kill her because she looked like she was a pit bull and that she should be killed, and that all pit bulls should be dead. And it was very eye-opening. I've always known that they were discriminated against, and I've always known that people misunderstood them. Not quite sure. I didn't really understand why and to what extent. However, I did some research. I was working on my master's at the time, and I chose to use that platform to look into breed-specific discrimination, but not only that, just animal misunderstandings and misinformation. And because her name was Rivers, we started a group called Rivers of Love Animal Rescue. And since then, we've saved a little over 300 animals, not just pit bulls and not just dogs.
Yeah.
We've actually had a pig in the rescue, and we've had 2 birds. So we don't turn away anything if we have the room to take it.
Oh man, that's so awesome. Tell us a little bit about, because I know you were saying down in that area specifically, dealing with some of these issues is a little bit, I wouldn't say unique, but what are some of the unique challenges that you face down there in your area, not only with pit bulls, but with being a small rescue?
Well, I'm glad you asked. In our area, we're so lucky because there's not a breed ban. In our communities, luckily, people can still have any breed animal they want. There are certain requirements as far as if you have a specific breed, how you're supposed to handle that, how you're supposed to alert your neighbors and that type of thing. But there is no set breed ban, and I hope that it remains that way. However, there's still the mentality, and I'm sure it's everywhere, but there's such a strong mentality that pit bulls are dangerous and they're evil. And as you know, that could be furthest from the truth. I mean, that is so incorrect. And I feel like not only is our job rescue, but our job is also educating people. When they come to us and they ask us, I hear you taking animals, or we're at an adoption event and they just show up and they want to ask questions. I love that because it's our opportunity to educate people and to teach them about the breed. But at the same time, in our area where we have a lot of rescues, and we all are very small rescues, only 2 of us actively take in pit bulls. And at our shelter, at our county shelter, they do euthanize. It's not a no-kill. However, they do care. We're very lucky because even though that it's a public shelter, they do truly care about those animals. And if it smells like a pit bull, if it sneezes like a pit bull, if it sits like a pit bull, it's dead. And that's just the way that the rules are written here. But they work with us as a rescue. They don't adopt them out to individuals, which the truth of the matter is I'm glad about that because they have no policy. You can return an animal if you just adopted one a few days before, return it, or bring one in you've had your entire life and adopt another one that same day. So for the protection of the pit bull, protection of the dog, since they are misused so often, I'm glad that they have that rule. But it does require a lot of them to be euthanized when they certainly don't deserve that. And so rescue groups like Rivers of Love and another rescue group are able to step in and help. But because we remain so small and because we are just foster-based, we don't have a facility yet, although I'd love to have one. We have the land, just not the funding. We can't save them all. And we know that, but we can't even save the ones that we would like to. Just because of the fact that people still have such a misunderstanding of the breed. And that's why education in our area is so important.
Hey, well, you can't say it any better than that. She's out there doing the good thing. The mountain is very tall and steep, but still climbing and still working. And that's why we love you, and that's why we believe wholeheartedly in the power of education. Right. Conversation with a Pitbull Live is about education through entertainment. Courtney's an educator. She teaches these seniors every day about science and the science of this. One of the things that Fred was talking about,
Man, that's awesome.
the importance of science. But Shana, tell them really quickly how people can get in contact with your organization and help support you guys.
Absolutely. We are on Facebook. It's Rivers of Love Animal Rescue. There are only 3 of us that are really actively involved and run the rescue. But we're on Facebook, and that's where you can find us. We update there as much as we can. We post our animals that are in need that still are at the shelter, that unless someone steps up, we don't have the ability to go and get them. Like I said, we don't have a facility. And so until a foster home is available or until the funds are there, we kind of have to wait on that to happen, and then we can get in there. But Facebook, we have a website. It's riversoflove.net, and you can read about Rivers there. Her picture is there, and you can read about her and her story and see some of the animals that we've helped. And my phone number, I'm happy to give it out to the world.
Yeah.
It's 251-752-9877, and our email address is rolanimalrescue@gmail.com. And any of those ways can get in touch with us, and we would certainly love support, but we'd also like to know how we can continue to help our community. That's so important to us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. There you have it. Just Trump tight. They're doing the good thing down there in Alabama. They don't have a breed-specific ban there, but they still have a great need for pit bulls. We're going to get Shana back on the show in the coming weeks or whatever, but we want to go back to our good friend Landa. Landa, tell us about some of the current things that you and Glory are working on. What are some of the specific cases that you're working on right now?
Well, as I mentioned, Polly, we're looking for her this week, and hopefully we will get a lead soon. Again, the number is on the screen right here with a $1,000 reward. We're looking for some lost cats. We've got all different, nothing really in this area. I'm in Santa Barbara, Orange County. I've been up to San Francisco, San Diego. So really, again, nothing in this area. And I do have a lot of my cases and the testimonials and the scent trails that the Bloodhounds have run, which are very interesting. They are on my website at lostpetdetection.com. So if any information that you'd like to see about the Bloodhounds and the cases that I've worked or that I'm currently on are on my website.
How do you get started with, like, say this wonderful dog right here? Like, what is your first step? Like, how do you get?
The first step, it would be to interview the clients and find out how long Polly's been missing. If she'd been missing 3 months, the search dogs aren't going to be of any help. She's been missing 4 days today, so that is something that that Glory can definitely find the scent trail tomorrow, and my other Bloodhound, Diana. And then I find out, does Polly have ID tags and a microchip? She does. I find out the area she went missing in. She did go missing in the West Los Angeles area. I find out if her personality, is she going to easily let somebody pick her up, or is she going to be shy and skittish? She is shy and skittish. So this type of dog will tend probably to hunker down and hide for 7 to 10 days until she reaches her threshold factor where she has to really find food and water. She'll start to show herself more. She'll come up to people, hopefully a rescue person that knows how to approach a shy, skittish dog like me, like you guys, that will have food, that can use calming signals to calm her and hopefully catch her and return it to the owner. Although collars and tags do come off, people still don't know what a microchip is. Again, we are hoping to narrow down that direction of travel with Glory and Diana tomorrow and start with some high visibility witness development, some banners, maybe some intersection alerts. The news media helps. So that is what I'm looking for in a lost pet case, and that's how you get started.
So it really is a team. Like, you got we can't smell what the dogs can smell, but they need the training and somebody to really supervise them. Is that a fair way to say it?
Yes, you really have to know how to train the dogs. It can take up to a year. My first dog, it took me 18 months. I trained her every day with search and rescue and some retired police. I've worked with trained with the FBI and retired police and sheriff canine handlers and the Bloodhound Coalition. Glory took me only 8 months to train, and then my third Bloodhound, Diana, we got her up and running in 6 months. She was working a case. It is teamwork. It does take another person knowing what to do to train the dogs. It takes 2 people to train these search dogs. And
are there other breeds that can do this type of work, or what is it about bloodhounds specifically? I mean, I know they've been bred for that, but are there other breeds that also do this type of work?
yes, the long-nosed breeds, the golden retrievers. My business partner works with a golden retriever. My other business associate has a coon hound type shepherd mix. You're looking for motivation, prey, motivation, ball, or food motivation. They have to be very motivated. They obviously cannot be animal aggressive. Right. They have to, basically you're looking for a motivation and a good attitude and wanting to work.
Awesome. I mean, I'm just like, this show right here is just overload of awesomeness. Like, Fred killed it. Landa's in here killing it, and our Skype guests from around the world are killing it, and our people in the chat room are killing it. Shout out to everybody out there that's getting it in, Rita and Cheryl and everybody that's in the chat room. I wanted to send a special shout out to all of you guys. We're going to check in with our good friend Paula. She's our resident adoption specialist, and each week she lets us know 5 dogs specifically that are available for rescue that really need your help urgently. Paula, are you there?
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good.
Man, what's up with all these beautiful ladies on this show, man? Look at Paula. I don't want to get in trouble with the husband, but hey, man, you guys are looking good. Thank you so much, Paula. Tell us quickly, because we're running out of time, tell us a little bit about these 5 dogs that are available this week that really need our help.
Okay, first we have Brookhaven. We have 200 urgent dogs that are reaching out and need our help. Mowgli is the first dog that we are showing a picture of, and 199 of his friends need out. The shelter is critically overloaded. They're overwhelmed after being closed for a month. Brookhaven, Long Island, New York. I'm sorry. The phone number for them is 631-286-4940, or you can contact Paws Unite People. Email animalshelter@brookhaven.org. Any of these you can catch me after the show and get the information if you don't have a pencil. Next up we have Nelson. This boy is an absolute doll, but he's not doing well in the shelter at all. He's very polite with children and loves all people. He does need to be properly socialized with other dogs. Check out their other adoptables too, California City Animal Control. Their number is 760-373-1115. Next up we have Cleveland, Tennessee Shelter, and they are full to the brim. They need our help to save lives. They have a number of adoptable dogs there. Even if you can't adopt, there are always other ways to help. You can call the shelter today and ask how you can help save a life. Their number is 423-464-6070. Next up we have 9-month-old Tank, and you can meet Tank at the County of San Diego Department of Animal Services in San Diego. He has a $69 adoption fee, which includes neutering, all shots, microchip, license, and a free vet exam. If you need more information on Tank, the number is 619-767-2675. And next up we have Budino. Budino is at the Cleveland, Ohio kennel, and it's full also. If you can help Budino or one of the many other animals at the Cleveland, Ohio kennel, please email clevelandacvolunteer@gmail.com. If you need any information on these or other dogs, contact me, Paula Archer, or visit Paws Pit Parade on Facebook.
Thank you so much, Paula. We're up against it time-wise, but I mean, this is just a small fraction of the many dogs that really need our help. We're doing our best to each week try to feature some actual dogs. As you saw earlier, there were some pets that were on from our friend Carrie that makes these wonderful posters to let you guys know what dogs are out there that need your help, and they're all over the nation and all over the world for that matter. So if you guys replay the show later on, just hit the pause button, see something that's in your area, and get out there and adopt or foster or rescue or help transport some of these animals. We're going to be right back real quick. We got another segment with our buddy Dr. Dave that our friend Rita put together, and we'll be right back with Conversation with a Pitbull Live. I think there's a little space at the beginning.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dave, and welcome to Taking Care of Your Pet. A week or so ago, we did a video on ear cleaning, and we had a couple really feisty assistants. One was a cat named Cisco, and the other was a dog named Bingo. Then we'd massage the base of the ear. Hang in there, Cisco. And put our Q-tip in his ear, or down towards the table, and Cisco's losing patience. So let's quit there. Was that okay? And those were pretty realistic. When it comes to cleaning ears for cats and dogs, when they go to the vet, they're kind of wired, and they're not always so easy to handle. But just so you can get a better idea of how to do it without kind of the theatrics, we thought we'd try a couple more animals this week. If you remember, we talked about their ear canals, their ears being L-shaped. So when we clean them, if you hold their ear, the flap of their ear, I don't know if I told you last time, but the fancy name is the pinna. Plural is pinnae. If you hold their ear straight up and you put the Q-tip in like that, you're not going to damage anything. No eardrum, no bones, no inner ear structures. You're kind of, if you make an L with your forefinger and thumb, you're kind of hitting this. Oh, there goes a flying Q-tip again. And that sort of thing is not going to hurt your cat or dog. So Harley here is going to help us do another ear cleaning. He's a little calmer, so we'll see if maybe you'll get something out of this. So we squirt some ear cleaner in there. We massage the ear because we want to break up and loosen the material that's in the canal headed toward the eardrum. We just don't want to stick our Q-tip in there when we're cleaning the ear out. This will break up the material, float it to the outer portion of the ear where we can clean it up a little better without risking damage to more delicate structures. So we've massaged Harley pretty good, and now we're just going to take our Q-tip and clean them out. Again, I'm holding the pinna straight up to the ceiling, and the Q-tip won't do any damage to the ear. So it's not too difficult. You're doing a really thorough job, but you're not risking damage to any structures. And I hope that makes it a little clearer on cleaning cats. Sometimes one person can do it, other times you'll need 2 or 3 people to do it. I think we showed you some muzzles in the other video that can be really helpful. You can purchase bags that are like mesh bags at a pet store, and the cat's head is out, but the body's contained within the mesh bag so the cat can't scratch you. Not too bad. In a minute, I'm going to go get another dog. We had a spirited dog last week named Bingo who gave us a run for our money. I'm going to find a little bit older guy and show you how to do it to a dog. So this is Bailey. We're going to do another ear cleaning demo on Bailey. Little older, little smaller, not quite as spirited as Bingo was, so you can get a better idea of doing it in a dog. Not a whole lot different than cleaning a cat's ear. They're L-shaped, and we're going to use the same ear cleaner. I'm going to squirt it in his ear. Massage it to break up the material that may be out of reach of the Q-tip. And then we're going to remove the material and the cleaner just like we did in Harley the cat. I think last week we mentioned if you don't want to use a Q-tip, it can be a little bit more efficient to wad up a cotton ball and get some sort of locking scissor type things, hemostats. These are very small needle holders that were donated to the shelter, surgical needle holders. You're not going to lose a cotton ball when it's locked in there. And we just go in the ear, hold the pinnace straight up to the ceiling, and clean out the material. And that's pretty much it for ear cleaning. It's not very difficult when you have a cooperative patient or if you have enough assistance to restrain them. I'm Dr. Dave. Thanks for watching and thanks for taking care of your pet.
Dr. Dave in the house, man. That stuff is so informative.
Great video.
You know what I mean?
I think I need to go clean some ears.
Yeah, basically. I'm like, us humans got our own problems, but man, you see the type of care and diligence it takes to clean out some of those dogs' ears and stuff. We've been getting great feedback from Dr. Dave. Thank you, Rita, for putting that together.
Yes. Landa, is there anything you would like to say just to kind of wrap up? Let us know where we might be able to contact you if we lose a pet.
Again, lostpetdetection.com. I will be speaking at the Western Veterinary Conference February 19th in Las Vegas. It's a really big conference if anyone wants to show up about lost dog and cat behavior. Again, we're looking for Polly. There's the phone number at the bottom. And I also am available to train a search dog for you anywhere in the United States.
Okay.
Awesome. And you can catch me in Vegas since I am getting married in January, sometime in like late November or whatever. So if you don't catch me there, you won't be hearing about it on air. Anyway, you guys are watching Conversation with a Pitbull Live. Our show is what it is because of you guys out there, our fans, and the wonderful people behind the scenes that help make this show what it is. First of all, my buddy Ryan, whose face you've never seen but want to, on the Wheels of Steel, engineering all this stuff. Our beautiful partners over at Pitbull Energy Drink that make all of this possible, that send me and Foster around the world to meet wonderful people like Kathy and Shana and Landa and everybody. And then also, you know, our people, Fred, Paula, you know, everybody's wonderful. Larry, thank you guys so much. You guys are watching Conversation with a Pitbull Live. Be sure to tune in each week on Saturdays. And we ran over a little bit, but I think we did pretty good with,
I think so.
You know what I mean? You're a lot more pleasant to sit next to than your daddy. But, hey, I hope Foster's out there making this young man's dream a reality by helping him with his film. And he'll be back here next week, I'm sure, with plenty of excellent information. So on behalf of Conversation with a Pitbull, Courtney, Landa, Rita, everybody, we want to send peace and love. And once again, much love to Rosie, man. Everybody tilt a little bit of whipped cream for our buddy and Cinnamon. We love you guys. Tune in next week. See you guys soon.
Bye.
And I approve this message.